Today, obviously, a KOIN 6 weather alert day as we prepare for record-breaking heat to find its way back into the Pacific Northwest. That's where we find bright blue, sunny skies here across the region, even Mount Hood picking up on some of those warmer than normal temperatures. Our forecasted highs for the Portland metro area today getting well up into the 80s, almost making it feel like the month of June or July, if not even August, coming off the heels of a nearly record-breaking cooling trend for the month of April. Now, with the excessive heat returning to the Pacific Northwest, we gotta keep in the forefront our heat safety tips. So staying hydrated if you have to spend prolonged amount of time outdoors, wear the light colored loose fitting clothing, and also take frequent breaks either in the AC or in the shady locations. And if you're trying to get a break from the heat today, maybe avoid those rivers and streams because all of that snow over the high terrain of the Cascades is melting. So that snow melt water making it feel anywhere from about 40 to 50 degrees. Cold water shock is a very real possibility. And if you are doing any boating, make sure to always wear that life jacket. As we climb close to about 60 degrees out towards Mount Hood Meadows, already starting to melt just a little bit of that snowfall on the peak. And that's going to be a trend that we continue to see. But maybe you're spending some time out along the gorge over the next several days. A stunning picture sent in by Randy J of the Columbia Gorge. And that's where our forecast for our hikers will pose a bit of a mud threat for us through the afternoon hours today, but that's also going to take us well into the weekend as the avalanche potential still remains a very real possibility above about 4,000 feet due to the melting snow. Maybe it's a weekend spent out along the shoreline. Today it's going to be like summer out there with expected highs into the low 80s. We taper things back into the 60s and 50s, which is normal for this time of year by the time we get to Sunday, and that's when our next rain chance once again returns to the Pacific Northwest. As dry, sunny skies are found widespread here across the I-5 corridor, the coast, and the Cascades, as we anticipate to see above normal precip amounts over the next 6 to 10 days. But that really just kind of puts us closer to what's normal for this time of year after the surplus of the wet weather that we've seen already this month. That also comes with above average temperatures taking us well into the next week and a half or so. But that too puts us exactly where we should be for those afternoon highs as we cool things off as we approach Sunday. But the heat today, all due to this ridge of high pressure that continues to build over the western half of the country. It's this trough that we're watching closely. It's going to be our next weather shakeup. As it tracks its way off to the east, it's going to bring this cool pool of air back in western Oregon and Washington, and that will bring us back down to the 60s, so considerably warmer than where we have been as of late. Maybe you got some lawn work to do. Maybe pump the brakes today as those temperatures will be hot, but for tomorrow it's going to be picture perfect out there to trim the freshly grown grass due to the surplus of the moisture. And then we see another chance for some wet weather Sunday into Monday. Now today's forecasted high approaching 90 degrees, likely going to be breaking that record last set back in 1998 as our winds could potentially gust up to about 25 miles per hour. Those east winds, one of the culprits for those warmer temperatures as we fall tonight only into the mid 50s. So that's really the biggest impact that we will see with this daytime heat is very slim pickings for those cooler breaks from the heat by the time we make our way into sunrise tomorrow. So again, that KOIN 6 weather alert day stays in place for Friday as we approach 90 degrees this afternoon. I would not be surprised if some of us actually hit the 90-degree mark, but then we cool off. 81 will feel much cooler than what we experienced today. And then back to regular scheduled programming, mid-60s. That's where we're supposed to be for the end of April as the spotty drizzle and maybe a hit and miss raindrop or two is a potential Monday into Tuesday, but overall a bit of a drier weather pattern for us as we warm back up into the low 70s Tuesday into Wednesday. So we kind of settle things down as we work our way into next week. Much cooler than what we'll experience today, but still extremely nice to spend some time outside.
Yeah, and I was at Lowe's, the garden center, and it was buzzing. People are excited because you can finally work on your yards, right? Just try to do it maybe in the morning hours because, yeah,
it's hot in the afternoon.
All right, we'll be right back with one more